Hey everybody, welcome to Reading the Bible to Cats. I I'm trying these new microphones out and hopefully they will work. Gus, would somebody like to say something? Hold on, now I have to turn the camera. Because now I have two microphones so you can hear Henry purring, but you're actually not getting a very good image of his face. Uh-oh. I'm afraid the camera's going to fall over in a second, but oh well. I'm just going to read one of my favorite Psalms, Psalm 116, which meant a lot to me when I was sick and dying, not to be dramatic. When I was, in the hospital 25 years ago, this psalm comforted me. Let me try and get the picture better. Hold on. Okay. Oh, he's biting Guster. Uh-oh. It's a fight. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Well, oops, sorry everybody. I thought we were going to have a really cute, sweet video, but they're fighting now. Uh-oh. Ooh, oh, no. Kitties! Kitties! I thought you were Christian brothers. Okay, well, that was cute for a little while. Now you can just look at the fur hairs on the pillow. Hold on a sec. Kitties! Hey! Henry! Henry! Oh no, sorry, now we're getting a fight here. Oh. Hey, Guster! Henry! Henry! Good boy! Good boys! Come here! Gussie, come here! Good boys! They like that when I say goodbye, boys. I think they're jealous of each other right now. Good boys! Good boys! It kind of calms them down when I say, good boys! Good boys! Are you a good boy, Henry? Henry! Guster! Guster, are you a good boy? Gussie, are you a good boy? Good boy. Yeah, there, that broke up the fight, I think. But now we don't have anything to look at except that pillow. And 4K. Okay. I don't know what we'll do. Well, I was going to read Psalm 168, but okay, well, let's just look at the pillow, I guess. This looks awkward. You know, they'll come back. They'll come back. Here, you can look at their fur hairs that they left behind. Okay, let me just read the psalm. Just not a very pleasant scene right there. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Wish I had a picture. I don't want to cut the camera off because and start over. I really don't want to start over. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Just a minute. They'll come back, I'm sure. They're just having a little tiff. And we'll show a picture of this verse here. Okay, just look at that verse, which is Matthew 6:34, and I'll read Psalm 116. I love the Lord because he hath heard my voice and my supplications. Because he hath inclined his ear unto me, therefore will I call upon him as long as I live. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the pains of hell got hold upon me. I found trouble and sorrow. Then called I upon the name of the Lord. O Lord, I beseech thee, deliver my soul. Gracious is the Lord, and righteous. Yea, our God is merciful. The Lord preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. For thou hast delivered my soul from death, mine eyes from tears, and my feet from falling. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. I believed, therefore have I spoken. I was greatly afflicted. I said in my haste, all men are liars. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits toward me? I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. O Lord, truly I am thy servant. I am thy servant and the son of thine handmaid. Thou hast loosed my bonds. I will offer to thee the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. In the courts of the Lord's house, in the midst of thee, O Jerusalem. Praise ye the Lord. Okay, everybody, that's Psalm 116, and that really meant a lot to me. Um, I think the thing that really spoke to me was, let's see, yeah, when King David. This is King David, I think. I think King David wrote this, but when he talks about how the sorrows of death encompassed him and the pains of hell had a hold of him and he found trouble and sorrow. And yeah, I felt that way in the hospital. And I did call on the name of the Lord and I did beseech the Lord to deliver my soul, and he preserved me. And he delivered my soul from death. And then I really liked verse 9, I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. Yeah, because that was my hope. I wanted to continue walking in the land of the living. But of course, we know that even if we die here, we're still in the land of the living because we're, when we go to be with the Lord, I mean, it's true life forever. But I was young, very young then. And it was a sudden, unexpected illness. And, I wanted to live. But now I realize that, you know what? Hold on a second. Kitties, what are you, Guster, what are you doing over there? Oh no, he's kind of rooting around in a funny way. Guster? Guster? Sorry, everybody, I'm really distracted. But, yeah, so I lived. But yeah, now I realize in my old age, everybody, that, when we pass from this life to the next, it's really living. Not that I would ever expedite it. No, no, and I wouldn't want anybody to do that either. But it's like, oh, the other thing that really spoke to me is, well, it speaks to me now actually. Hold on, let me find the verse. Verse 15. This one, it didn't. This one I didn't hold on to in the hospital, but I do now. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Yeah, that really speaks to me now, as I get older and whenever that day comes down the line, maybe, or you never know. You don't know. But that day is precious in the sight of the Lord because that's when he gathers. That's when he'll gather me back to himself and everything will be great. I like to think of heaven as like a giant feast, a giant party, because there will be feasting there and there will be, I don't know, I just see it as as for me, I just enjoy fellowship and just the idea of family and, being connected and loving everyone and everybody loving each other and God, being there right with you, well, and within you. Anyway, that's the psalm for today. And let me see if I can get a kitty back here. Henry! Guster! Henny! Guster! Guster! Henry! Yeah, I don't know what it was that set them off, but now they're upset. They'll come back together. They always do, and they'll cuddle together. But yeah, thanks for your prayers, and please keep me in prayer. And we will all lift one another up in prayer. And I will say a prayer now. And I think hopefully the microphones are better because they're new microphones. So hopefully this is working. Lord, thank you for today. I pray, as always, I'm praying for joy, for strength, and new life. I lift up people who might be grieving or sorrowful. And I know there are people listening who may be grieving, the death of Pope Francis. So we lift up those people and the grief that they may be experiencing. And just pray for anybody out there who's grieving the death of a loved one or a special person. Pray that you companion them and give them strength. Pray for peace, Lord. I haven't been watching the news. Pray for the hostages, though, that they would be set free, all of them. Pray for the protection of Israel, the supernatural protection of Israel, that you would accomplish that as we know that your word says you will. And for healing, Lord, of trauma. And for this world, which is kind of crazy. But yet there are flowers blooming, the azaleas are blooming, things are beautiful on a spring day, but yet there's suffering in the world. Lift up all of this to you. And I pray for everybody in this community who's brought their prayers into the comment section, their prayer requests. We lift all of those prayer requests up to you and ask for your loving attendance to those needs. And I pray all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, in Jesus' name. Amen, everybody. All right, thanks for praying for me. I'm trying to give you an update. I will say right now I feel some peace, but I would like that to continue, and I'd like to just have joy and just really kind of be in touch with my true spirit, which is pretty happy. But sometimes things kind of militate against that. So I don't want the weeds of the world to choke out my fruit, you know what I mean? So pray for that. And yeah, things just seem kind of peaceful right now, so that's good. But anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. Hope you're well. All right.